What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. And we have officially hit just over 5,000 subscribers, I believe. Last I checked, we were at literally 5,001. So we are officially over 5,000 subscribers. We are currently at 5,002. There you go. So I want to tell you all I appreciate each and every one of you who have joined this journey, whatever you did, or all of you that have been there since this journey started. Appreciate the continuous support, the constant support, and the love, man. I really do. Appreciate all of you for constantly supporting the channel, man. It's greatly appreciated for sure. Yeah, I didn't think we'd be sitting here this fast at 5,000 subscribers. It took just over a year. So now let's get that next 5,000. Let's get to double digits. That's the next goal. We get to 10,000 subscribers. I'm doing something big for that giveaway. But speaking of giveaways, because we hit 5,000 officially now, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So it's real simple. I'm going to. I was just waiting for this all to line up. So I'm gonna start it next week officially. And my first show next week, because this will be my last show this week because I've got some stuff going on tomorrow and this weekend, so I won't be around really unless something huge breaks and I can try and slip away from my prior arrangements, and maybe, but chances aren't great. But anyways, my first show next week, I'm gonna officially open it up, and I'm gonna give $100 gift certificate to NFLshop.com to one person, and a $50 gift certificate to NFLshop.com to a second person. So now that we've officially hit 5,000, I know I wanted to open it during the last game, but we hadn't hit 5,000 yet. And then we hit it officially today, and I didn't have time to set up the email. I'm going to set up a specific email for you guys to hit me up at. And you guys, and then I'm just going to draw two names. That's basically how this is going to work. So, yeah, appreciate all of you guys for helping me get here. Shout out to Florida born, Kentucky grown. Says, congratulations, bro. You deserve all the success. $20 donation. Appreciate you, my dude. And Highly Bred, what up, homie? Go check him out on Twitch. This man is awesome on Twitch. Go check him out, Highly Bred. He's a great Madden gamer, man. Go check him out. He said episode 305. You love to see it. Yes, sir. The homie Rhino pointed that out. Like, crazy connection that I covered the Dolphins and I hit 5,000 on 305. Pretty freaking sweet, to be honest with you. So appreciate all of you guys in the comments showing mad love and appreciating me. Appreciate y'all like giving me thanks for hitting 5,000. I'm gonna go over some stuff and then I'm gonna open it up to you guys. And we'll kick it off tonight. So yeah, we'll open up that giveaway. It looks like I'm gonna probably be back. I'm thinking I'm gonna be back. Let me look at my schedule because I have scheduled the next week out. So I'm gonna be back. This is what's gonna happen. Next Tuesday, guys. We are going to have. Last year we had it, but obviously there's way more of you now this year than there was last year at this time. So we're gonna have my regular season round table. Dante Colonelli will be here. Richmond, Webb, Mr. Ball Game, Jeremy Clump, Dougley Do Wrong, and then I'm just waiting on confirmation. I'm just waiting on confirmation from Martin will also be here as well. And I'm just waiting on confirmation from Neil Driscoll will be here too. So it's going to be quite the loaded round table I got going on here. So we'll be doing our season predictions. You'll finally hear Reason's record prediction. We'll all be giving our season predictions. And we'll also be talking about other things that may happen in the season and other bold takes. So it's going to be quite the round table again. Myself, Ball Game, Richmond Webb, Jeremy Klump, Dudley Durong, Dante Colinelli, the homie Martin, and yeah, it's going to be in the homie Neil Driscoll. It's going to be good. And I'm just waiting on confirmation from EM to see if he'll be able to join, as well as Kevin Dern. So it could be even bigger. It's going to be a real all-star cast. Logan 15, 1999. Congratulations on the 5K, on the 305. Much deserved for all the work you put in. I appreciate it, homie. I've been next week it ramps up. Next week, all you people that have not been watching me since last year, you're gonna see what I do in the okay. So next week it all ramps up, right? Like we're gonna have that show. We're gonna have that round table show, and then I'm gonna be back probably Thursday again. I'll have a show, and then Friday we'll be doing our preview show. We'll be previewing New England and the Dolphins, where I'll go over the matchup to watch. I'll give you keys to victory. We're going to go in depth with that preview show like I do every week. And then on Sunday, obviously live reaction to the game, followed by, letting you guys join a post-game panel. Then Mondays, I will do my review of my recap review show. Then Tuesday, we have Tua Tuesdays where me, Ball Game, and now Martin has joined the fray. We will be breaking down every single drop back of Tua Tagovailoa from an all-22 perspective. And then we do it all over again, man. And then it's rinse and repeat, because with obviously other shows in between. But we're about to get into the season grind. So this is my last weekend to relax, because we're about to go into grind mode. So next week it picks up on Tuesday. I'll have the roundtable show. I might be back Monday. I might have a show Monday. So, but yeah, next week it starts up. Next week it becomes real fast. So it's gonna be a good year, man. Can't wait. Expectations have arrived. So, all right. Now, I got a few articles I want to go over. I want to talk about the practice squad. I want to talk about Malcolm Perry. And then I want to give out some. How do I don't want to call them awards, because I don't have actual statues here, but I want to give some recognition to certain things and to the NFL, to our MVP for the preseason. So, get ready, homie. Deep playoff run. Hopefully, bro. $4.99. Appreciate that, dude. Hopefully, deep playoff run. I mean, I'm here for it. All right. So let's get all the housekeeping out of the way. Smash that like button if you're new here. Subscribe if you're new here. If you're a veteran here, smash that like button anyways. Already 222 of you in the room. If you'd like to donate, paypal.me/Phinside. Become a Phinside, the NFL Patreon. Patreon.com/Phinside, the NFL. You can also hit the join button to become a YouTube member. So basically, with the Patreon, a few of you guys, your payments or whatever got declined. So, they got declined or you canceled. So if there's no rent beside your name, that's why. So yeah, if you want to become a patron, you get mod status. You also are going to get first access to my film studies when the All-22 returns to Game Pass. You guys will get first access, as will the members of this channel. And I'm also going to do some Patreon-only stuff as well. You also get insider info access. Anything that I hear, I put up on the Patreon. So I put it up there before I talk about it on the show, if I do some of the stuff I don't talk about on the show. And then if you want to become a member, obviously hit the join button right next to subscribe, or there's a link for the Patreon and joining in the description below. Shout out to each and every one of my Patrons. Rhino Sith, who's been here since July 1st, 2020. Fake Spike 94, who's been here since July 2nd, 2020. K All Day, July 8th, 2020. Like, man, I can't believe Ramon Casillas. Can't believe how long you've been holding us down. Seth, Slim Pickens, Marino's Goat. Your boy Trev, Josh, Jared, Martin, the Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar Thompson, Jeff Jackson, Andre Villarreal, J Love T, Todd Labruto, The Enigmatic Man, Georgia Boy 23, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Dennis Glasson, Philip Leduc, Tommy Flores, Marino Ron, Anthony J. Marine, Brett Potvin, Joe Crotwell, Rhonda, Logan 15, Justo, Robert Martin, Regil, Kyle Bow, and of course, Drip Entertainment, always up in the comments. And he's one of the Double Troubles. He's a Patreon and a member of the channel. Troy, Nelson, Alfonso, Ernesto Gonzalez, Manny, Nathan Berkeley, Franklin Lejeune, Timothy Sapinenza, David Figley, Dylan Tataro, Miami fan 113, Fins 1, Quentin Martin, Ryan Williams, Mauricio Ortega, Waddlehouse, Robbie T, Daddy Dean, Anthony Giandoletti, Joe Levesque, Jose Valdez Jr., Guy Corner, Mitchell Gordon, Vaughn Green, Dennis Klassen, Derek Batten, Z-Man, Finn Shady 1313, Victor Fernandez, Maurice Perkins, Finn's Weekly, Hawaii Dolphin 808, G Firm 456, Flip City Cruise, Bobby Oliver, Ian McGill, Spencer Richardson, Russell Grace, IT Respect, Garrett Lampert, Travis Brown, Otto Belt 22, Hunter Chaney, Uncle Billy, Zeke, Hammer, Chaz, Tarty, Jason Patrick. Appreciate each and every one of you Patreons for supporting the channel. Also, all my members, Damon Deese, MF Fins 1, Seth, Twizzle, Law 10442, Timothy Whiteman, Yawa Bulla, Bruce 1, Foxing Around, Dr. Draft, Timothy Sapinenza, Nico Kumo, Mighty Dolphin, Fake Spike 94, Jazza 803, D Ray, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Franks, Ty Rhodes, Florida born, Kentucky grown, SC 42, Cody Patron, The Show, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philippe Leduc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Thunder Cleus, Birdman, 100 Ante, Ramon Casillas, Marino's Goat, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marcione, Todd Marine, Barry Bailey, DC, the homie Richmond Webb, Furious, K All Day, Rhino Sith, Irving, Julian, Scorpion King 271, Ty Jenkins, Whale 1, Innes Campbell, Mari, Fred Rivera, Justin Dunker, Cash, Zanny Jinzo, your boy Trev, Caddyshack, Vince Forever 72, Storm Warrior, D-Hug All Day, Darnell Canna, Big Time 666, Wayne Hedgeman, Quint Riddle, Takamazi, Harriet Clements, Todd Beards, Pierre Lewis, James Seal, Dolphin Don, Jeremiah Kelly, Fins for Life, Big John Stud, Corn 72, Chef Jew, Tommy, Robert Martin, Ricky Butts, Joel Field, Daddy Dean, BK2 Day, Dylan, Us Mem, Ramon El Ortondo, A. Turner, Chuck Vanilla Straw, Miami Fan 113, James Jordan, Ivan Ulysses, Josh Tito, Logan 15, Sal Pau, Joe Levesque, Robert Taylor, Jose Valdez, Big Spence 87, DM, Rock Hawkins, Franklin Lejeune, Kyle Bow, Simone Sniper 13, Esteban Santana, Don Parlamento, Goto Valoa, Stetsano, Les Palbel Talk, Robert Fuller, Garrett Lampert, Fins Up Nubbins, DC, aka D Capochelli, Tony Usawa, Dolphin Sweden, Tarnaman T, James Jordan, Rafael Fierro. Good God, there's a lot of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. That's why I shout you out each time that we do this. So shout out to all of you for supporting the channel. Now let's get back to business. Whew. All right. So FYI, patchvibes.com, use code Phinside to save 20% off your order. You can get a tumbler like this. They got some great shirts. Go check them out. Backroomcollection.net, use code REASON, save 10% off your order. Great canvases. Go check them out. Thrive Fantasy, use code Phinside at thrivefantasy.com. They will match your first $100 up to $100 deposit. So you deposit $100, they'll match up and make your account go up to $200. They got a ton of prop bets going on, and week 1 has a 100K in cash prizes being given away and a contest for 20K that you can go enter over there. Go check them out, thrivefantasy.com. All right. Now, let's get into all of the news and notes that we got to go over. Let's keep it rolling. So, if you guys didn't know, our practice squad has basically been put together. Shout out to FinsFan141 on Twitter for making this. But as it stands right now, here is our practice squad. Reed Sinnott, Patrick Laird, Jared Dokes, Kirk Merritt made it through waivers, Adam Pankey, Calvin Munson, Javaris Davis. They went and got the veteran Jabal Sheard, who was with the Patriots in 2015, 2016. So Flores has some familiarity. Shaquem Griffin made it. Jordan Scarlett. They went out and got Brandon Powell, who was working out with the Bills this training camp. Jason Strobridge, Tino Ellis. They went and got the former Fayetteville University project, Keon Smith, and then Cameron Tom and Derval Querez Nato. Now, Jabal Sheard, I mean, you go look at him from 2015 to 2018, 64 pressures, 43 pressures, 67, another 64. He had the sacks to back it up. You know what I mean? He had 26 sacks over those 4 years as well. So this is a guy who's proven he can help Jalen Phillips along and help him develop his game, being on the practice squad. And also, God forbid, if there's an injury, this is a guy who can come up and potentially contribute. So, I know he's now, he's been in the league since 2011, and he's 32 now. So he's not exactly a young buck. He's long in the tooth, but, hopefully this is a guy that we can get some kind of production out of, even if it is mentoring the youth like Jalen Phillips. Now, Brandon Powell and Keon Smith, not expecting way too much from either one of those guys. Except welcome to the team. Hey, I look at this right now, and the 4 guys that I'm protecting are Kirk Merritt, Jordan Scarlett, Shaquem Griffin, and I'm probably protecting either Jared Dokes or Reed Sinnott. So, because if you get Sinnott through this camp, through the end of camp and to next year, he could take over for Jacoby Brissett as the backup at a much cheaper price. So there's the current practice squad. And if people are wondering how veterans are eligible for the practice squad, they changed the rules where I believe you're allowed up to like 6 veterans. So veterans are eligible this year. There's veteran slots. So, and then obviously with the cuts, you knew some people were going to get lost. Benito Jones went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Chris Myrick, who they protected a ton last year, ended up going to the Giants. So there were some guys snatched up, including Martin's dude, Malcolm Perry. He got claimed off the waivers by the Patriots. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, is he going to take the playbook? Well, first of all, he didn't have access to the full playbook. Second of all, when you're cut, you got to hand in the playbook that you do have. But the installs they're running these 2 weeks with the media not being around, that's why they're doing 2 weeks without the media. And after they've cut down to 53, now there are some media members in there, but they can't really tweet out. So it's kind of gone down to walkthrough mode, install mode, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not worried about, other than maybe, body language signs that Tua has or other stuff like that. I'm not really worried about him tipping off Bill Belichick. And I do know that back in that draft, if we didn't draft him as a UDFA, as a 7th round pick, the Patriots were going to offer him a UDFA contract. So there always has been legitimate interest there for Malcolm Perry. in regards to the New England Patriots. So another move that we made too is we cut Jamal Perry and we put in a waiver claim and were rewarded Elijah Campbell, the speedy DB from the Jets. Now, I don't know how much he's going to really contribute, but they love their DBs. It's always a tight end or a DB, right? All right. So what's crazy too when you look at this roster, you know, it's pretty deep at corner. So I don't know why the Elijah Mitchell ad was needed so badly, but I got a couple articles I want to go over with you. One from the Athletic and one from the Miami Herald, and then I want to go into my preseason recognition awards. Let's call them or prizes. Let's just call them preseason recognitions. All right, so let's start with the Miami Herald, because there were a few new notes for people to see. Dolphins receiver Albert Wilson was a virtual dynamo during the first 10 days of camp, looking like an NFL All-Pro after missing nearly 3 weeks with an undisclosed injury. He's back, ready to pick up where he left off. I'm ready to go. Feel great, he said Thursday. His teammates see signs of the 2018 version that was so explosive. You can tell he's invested in himself and working extremely hard for the opportunity, Mike Gesicki said. You saw in training camp the speed and the ability to make plays downfield and catch and run, similar to how he was in 2018 when you saw that burst. Wilson, who sat out last season to protect his family from COVID, wasn't a certainty to make the team before camp started. Well, he was if you knew what you were expecting. If I knew if I had an opportunity to make this team, I was going to make this team, he said. The year off helped me build up mentally, physically. Skipping a season made me realize how much I love football and how much I love playing for the Dolphins. Wilson is excited to see what Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller will add to the offense. Fuller is special, Wilson said. When we get him back after the week 1 suspension, we're going to take another step. We're real tight in the receiver room. Most of us have been around each other for a couple years. Jalen is tagging along like a little brother. Will is just trying to find a new home. We embraced him. So there you go. The Dolphins completed the practice squad by signing 3 players who were cut earlier this week: Strobridge, Cameron Tom, and Tino Ellis, and adding 2 new players: Fayetteville State undrafted rookie tackle Keon Smith, who was cut by Atlanta, who they got to look at in the joint practices, obviously, and former Florida Gators receiver Brandon Powell, who was released by the Bills this week after spending the offseason program with them. Powell, who's 5'8", attended Deerfield Beach High and has 23 catches for 198 yards and 2 touchdowns in 21 games and 2 starts for the Lions and Falcons. He went undrafted in 2018. Right tackle Liam Eichenberg and tight end Adam Shaheen missed practice with lower body injuries that have left their status for game 1 in question. Javon Holland switched from jersey number 22 to number 8, his number in Oregon. I'm getting a Javon Holland jersey now that he switched to 8. Bank on that, baby. 2 more examples of the extra work that Tagovailoa is putting in. He has worked to cultivate a relationship with new center Michael Dieter by playing golf with him, and Tagovailoa and Gesicki spend time together during every Dolphins practice special team session to get a couple extra reps, get the chemistry down, Gesicki said. The Dolphins have begun preparing for Patriots quarterback Mac Jones, the rookie from Alabama, in advance of the Miami-New England opener on September 12th. Besides preseason film, I would go back and watch college tape, see what he struggles at and what he's good at. Ogba said, I take everybody seriously. He's a good player, first-round pick. Oh, Ogba going to eat him alive if he finds his weaknesses on that Bama tape. It's over, Mac. If you predicted on the eve of training camp that the Dolphins' backup offensive line would be Eichenberg, Greg Little, Greg Manx, and Robert Jones, your friends would have laughed you out of the room. Of course, 2 of those players, Little and Manx, weren't even with the team when camp started July 28th. And in a bit of an oddity, while every Dolphin starter on the offensive line is a returning member of the team, none of the backups have ever played a regular season snap for Miami. After trading a 2022 third-round pick to the Giants to move up 8 spots to draft him in April, the Dolphins anticipated Eichenberg would be a starter before determining that Solomon McKinley was a better option at left guard and Jesse Davis a better option at right tackle. Manx acquired from Baltimore last week and assuredly would be active on game days. He didn't practice a single time with the team before roster cuts, but nevertheless beat out Matt Skura and Cameron Tom, two players that have been here since June for the backup center job. So we always asked, was Dieter playing that good or the guys behind him playing that bad? I can't speak on how good Dieter was playing in practice, but I can speak of obviously Skura and Cameron Tom were that bad. Mance has 28 NFL starts in 5 seasons with Houston. We're excited to get Greg. Brian Flores said we've watched a lot of tape on him. He has the versatility to play center or guard. Tough, competitive, from what I've heard from people I have good connections with. There's some leadership there with him as well. Mance said Dolphins co-offensive coordinator George Gotsey taught me a lot about football when Gotsey coached him in Houston, where Gotsey was a former OC. I consider myself very fortunate to be here, said Mance, who has a master's degree in public administration and leadership at Toledo. I'm very excited. Little struggled in 2 years at Carolina, but played well in the Cincinnati preseason finale. Acquired from Carolina during training camp. Little said he's cramming the playbook and he can help a lot. Bring good energy to the room is a big thing. If Jackson or Davis are lost to an injury, the Dolphins could insert Little or Eichenberg or move Robert Hunt back from right guard to tackle, though that wouldn't be their preference. They're not going to do that, I'm telling you. The fact that Eichenberg spent 2 weeks at guard in training camp after never playing a game at that position in Notre Dame should make him more valuable on game days. The Dolphins initially thought they would have a veteran group of backup linemen, Fluker, Illuminor, and Skura, but ultimately released all of them. Dolphins tight end Durham Smythe said the Dolphins roster is so deep, really across the board. I'm confident that whoever goes down at any position, really, this year you have another starter caliber guy that can jump right in. I don't know about the offensive line there, Durham. The way the roster's been built, really from the beginning, there's a lot of guys that can really fly, guys that can make contested catches, and guys that can do a little of both. Smythe said, I can't believe we kept 5. So, some interesting tidbits in that article there. Regarding how, look at that backup offensive line. Who would have thought that's what we'd be walking into the season with? My Lord, it's kind of crazy. And then obviously, not only did the install start in these 2 weeks where the media's gone, but all of a sudden our receiver room is healthy. I mean, I told you all along, these guys were just relaxing, taking it easy, and now they're all back, they're all healthy. Week 2, when we got the full weapons on display, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see this offense fully healthy. I'm so excited, man. So the Athletic just put out an article and they went through and they had, I believe, 6 voters, all NFL execs, to rank all AFC teams 1 through 16. And I wanted to go over that with you guys because I thought it was pretty interesting before we get into my preseason recognitions. So this is how it worked. I just want to see. Okay, so the big offseason in the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs remade their offensive line. The Bills signed quarterback Josh Allen to a $258 million extension. The Colts acquired Wentz. The Titans added Julio. The Patriots drafted Mac Jones and made him the starting quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is a Jaguar. The Jets selected Zach Wilson. And the Texans seemingly put themselves in a position to select a quarterback first overall in 2022, depending upon what happens with Watson. To make sense of it all, I've enlisted 5 NFL front office executives, so there's 5 of them, and had them rank all 16 teams in the conference heading into the 2021 season. I stacked the teams below by average vote and then median vote, from the Chiefs at the top to the Texans at the bottom. And then the voters were given an opportunity to weigh in on their ranking. We'll stack NFC teams on Friday. The first table below is the 1 to 16 ranking. Average votes were used to break ties when median votes were the same. So the Dolphins were ranked 11th, and we'll get into why. They'll talk about a few reasons why. The average vote was about 11.2. So what they do is the second table now here takes a by ballot look at the rankings. The Titans and Broncos produced the wildest disparities between high and low votes, while voters were perhaps surprisingly ununified in the ranking of the Colts. So here you go. So obviously KC 1-1-1-1-1. Buffalo 2-3-2-2. So the Dolphins, voter 1 ranked the Dolphins 13th out of 16, voter 2 11, voter 3 9, and voter 4 12, and then voter 5 11. So the average worked out to be about 11.2. So you see what they're talking about with the Colts here: 6-7, 6-5-5, Baltimore 3-4, 3-7, 3, Cleveland 4-5, 8-9-4. So you see how we stacked up. And then I want to get into their explanation for you guys. Because remember, these are executives, right? These aren't, these aren't just writers or whatever. So votes 13th, 11, 9, 12, 11, average 11.2, median 11. The Dolphins collected a league high 29 turnovers last season, finishing first in expected points added EPA via turnover differential in all 3 phases. That was one key to their 10-6 record. And I quote, history says they won't repeat the performance of their opportunistic takeaway defense from last year. So they are headed for a mid-pack finish unless the offense takes a major step forward, a voter said. They aren't running interceptions back to the 5-yard line every other week. End quote. Quarterback Tagovailoa will be the key variable. The voter who ranked the Dolphins 13th out of 16, lower than the others, doubted Tagovailoa could elevate the offense consistently. The young head coach does a solid job building with defense and special teams. The voter added, his biggest challenge is dealing with the demands of an absentee owner, and then I'll believe it when I see it with their quarterback. So, pretty, like, damn. I'll believe it when I see it. What have you been watching? So, I mean, all these executives must have been in the AFC East, because now I get the first point. The first point does make sense. We're on a 23 or 24 game turnover streak. It does make sense that that's not going to hold up. I get that. Just like the other point that I made last year, we were relatively healthy with our key stars on defense. We need that to happen for a second year in a row. So I get that, but not believing our offense isn't going to take a step forward. You obviously, whoever this exec is, has never done research on Tua Tagovailoa, and they obviously haven't been watching the waiver wire and seeing all the weapons we've added to this team. So, I don't know. It's more disrespect, and this time from NFL execs. I guess some people just don't believe in the process right now, huh? All right, let's get into my before I open it up to you guys for a little bit. Let's get into my preseason recognitions. All right. So I got the biggest player primed for the biggest leap. Biggest disappointment from Dolphins camp, biggest surprise from Dolphins camp, and my Miami Dolphin preseason MVP. So Dolphins player primed for the biggest leap, I think it's Tua Tagovailoa. That's why I go ahead and I balk at that article that just came out. I mean, I don't know what they're looking at right now, but Tua killed it in the offseason. He literally had one bad throw. Literally one bad throw. Now, I'm not including the one where he threw to no man's land with the miscommunication with the receiver and the pressure coming his way. I'm talking about when he had time to survey the field and actually make a throw. I think, Tua only made one bad decision, and that was the interception, obviously, which I don't think he's making that mistake in the regular season. I think that was a preseason mistake because he wanted to force the ball into his buddy Jalen Waddle's hands. But Tua, to me, I think this year he is going to have a huge year. I think a lot of people are going to be put to rest. You look at what he did. I want people to realize, okay, last year he had a what was it? Let me look at it. Let me look it up. Hold on a sec. Just want to be Want to be on point. Okay, so last year he had a 64.1 completion percentage, right? And I would always bring up those charts and it compared them to like Deshaun Watson and Andrew Luck and all those guys. Their completion percentage shot up about 7 points heading into the next year. Remember, I have talked about that multiple times. Well, Tua Tagovailoa in the preseason, he went from 64.1% completion percentage last year to in the preseason, he had a 70.6 completion percentage. So this guy is on the trajectory right now to continue that historic analytic of what good quarterbacks, their completion percentage usually jumps a good amount from year 1 to year 2. Now, he only attempted 34 throws, so I'm not going to, bat my breath, but he he did a really good job of throwing the ball before the pressure came in the preseason. We can all agree he looked like a totally different individual. He looks like Tuscaloosa Tua. Shout out to the homie Dougley Durong. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, homie. He says, congrats on 5K budget. It's the beginning. I'm excited to see everything you have in the future. Appreciate it, my guy. So yeah, I think Tua is primed. As long as that offensive line gives competent play, he'll avoid a ton of pressure and he'll make plays when they give him the proper time. So my Dolphins player prime for the biggest leap coming out of camp is Tua Tagovailoa. My biggest disappointment from camp is Noah Igbenogany. And the reason why it's Noah Igbenogany is simple. Guys, this guy, he was drafted 30th overall. All right. And we pass up on guys like blue chip talent like Antoine Winfield, every running back you could name in the draft last year. It just, it sat like when the selection happened, I felt it was a reach then. I still feel it was a reach now. Now I know he had that pass breakup in the end of last game, but he got torched before that. So I don't know why he was celebrating. If you look at his preseason, he was targeted 13 times. He allowed 9 receptions for 102 yards. He had allowed about 11.3 yards per reception. The longest he allowed was 25 yards. He allowed 36 yards after the catch. And he had a 92.5 NFL passer rating when targeted. And the first 2 games of preseason, he had a 110.4 and a 118.8. So he had his moments where, he looked okay, and then he obviously fell back down to earth. I think this guy is a couple years away at best. And I don't know if he'll ever live up to the 30th overall selection. I truly don't. So hey, that's from what I see it. My biggest surprise has got to be Robert Jones. I mean, who would have thought a UDFA from the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders would be out here and would be making the team? On 113 total snaps, 65 of them were pass blocking, and he only allowed 4 pressures, and he only took 1 penalty. So he allowed 3 hurries in the Cincinnati game on 42 snaps, and he allowed 1 hurry in the Chicago game on 16 pass blocking snaps. Now, this guy was so good that Jermaine Illuminor is gone. A veteran guard is gone. DJ Fluker is gone. Like legitimate veteran guys who have made it and have legitimate NFL reps under their belt are no longer with the team because of Robert Jones' emergence. So It was my biggest surprise. It was also the most pleasant surprise. Now, if you want to go bad surprises, the biggest bad surprise was Bernard McKinney getting cut. But let's keep it positive. Robert Jones, to me, was such a he looked good when he was out there, and I mean, what a pleasant surprise. Let's just hope we got something here and we can build some depth with a guy like that. And then my MVP, I want y'all to guess right now in the comment section. Tell me who you think my MVP is right now. I want to see it in the comment section. Kirk. Yeah, no, it's not Kirk. Waddle to no. Javier, you are 110% correct. My preseason MVP was Nick Needham. Nick Needham was making plays in camp. Nick Needham looked like he took another step forward this year from the step forward he took last year. Nick Needham, to me, was our most consistent producer, whether on either side of the ball, whether it was in game or whether it was in camp. Nick Needham looks, I'm going to go off the board here a little bit, but, he was targeted 9 times. He allowed 5 receptions for 87 yards. He had 3 pass breakups. He only allowed an NFL passer rating of 88.7 when he was targeted. Nick Needham was making plays. I mean, one of those pass breakups came in the back of the end zone. Another one came in front of the end zone. So, and he put up his best. He put up a 90.4 coverage grade. 90.4 coverage grade by PFF. And he was sticky like glue, and he looked it. So Nick Needham looks like he's taking that step forward, man. He really does. I think I think he's gonna turn into what a lot of people hope Noah Benogany is gonna turn into. So to me, Nick Needham was my Dolphins preseason MVP. Absolutely loved the preseason we got from Nick. And I mean, think of it, guys. He won the slot job back. We all thought Justin Coleman was going to beat him out, and he beat out Justin Coleman. So Nick Needham, I'm telling you, another year in that slot, this guy can play boundary or the slot. Talk about versatile. And for an undrafted free agent rookie, look at what he's turned into. And he's on that 1 year kind of prove it deal. He's only making like $800,000 this year. So he coming for that paycheck. So I'm excited to see what Nick Needham does in year 3, because it looks like he's going to take that step forward for us. So big fan of Nick Needham. Shout out to his mother, Shannon Needham. Always pleasant when we've interacted. But yeah, Nick Needham to me has got to be the Dolphins preseason MVP. Y'all thought I was going to say Tua, didn't you? Y'all thought I was going to say Tua. Y'all thought. And True Seeker Chris, I was actually going to have Dieter as my biggest surprise, but then Robert Jones made the team. So Robert Jones had to get the nod over there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll drop the chat link so we can chat for a little bit, because I haven't had any of you on since since the cuts have been made, right? So if Martin's out there, I know I'm going to hear it about Malcolm Perry. We texted anyways about it, but I know I'm about to hear about Malcolm Perry. I'm just glad it was not the homie Kirk Merritt. That's all that matters to me. Good golly. I'll give you guys a second to pile up back there. Guys, I can't believe we are only a week away. Like, I really can't believe we're only a week away. All right. Florida born, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, bro, man? Congratulations, Reason, man.
Thanks, bro. I always wondered. This was like the first goal when I started the channel. Was like, imagine what it'd be like to get to 5,000. And newsflash, it feels like when you have 4,999. You know. So, but yeah, man, how's everything going with you, bro?
Man, great, man. Just ready for this season to start. Ready to shut these Pat fans up. I seen where you and Doug went in on that guy calling him Tua turn the ball over.
Dude, who came up with this name?
I know, that's what I was thinking. When you got the guy who was holding to his jock strap the whole college career.
Dude, like he's got the best touchdown to interception ratio, one of the best in college history, and he only threw 5 interceptions last year.
How many did he have the last game?
Yeah, 3 of them came that game, right?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, people are ridiculous. Logan 15 all decked out in his Dolphin gear. I love the sweater, bro.
Man, I love that hoodie.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty sweet.
I know.
I know. I had to wear it, man. I had to wear it. I got my room like nice and cold so I can wear it.
Dude, I got my I already had the Tua throwback, but I got the Tua home.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting to wear it for game 1. I don't wear it in preseason.
I gotta rock the new gear, man. I'm so excited about the next Sunday. But congrats, man, on that 5K, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And I saw going back to that Mac Jones thing, I saw an article on ESPN and it was like Mac Jones can put Alabama quarterbacks on the map. I'm like, what are we doing?
What a tool.
You didn't see that art? You guys didn't see it?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, just read it like 2 hours ago, I think.
I don't read garbage. Clump $4.99, $5 for 5K. Congrats, homie. You owe me a penny, Clump.
No, I didn't mean to do that I know thing about the sweater. Sorry, guys.
Now the humble Logan comes across.
It's a dope sweater, bro.
What's
up, own it. Chilling, man. Congrats on the 5K. That's a big milestone, man. Well earned, well deserved for sure.
Appreciate it. Yo, you got a comment in the section, by the way. Throw a comment in the section.
Yeah.
Because it got denied first and then it went through. So,
I went and fixed it today because I've been having some weird charges on my shit lately the past few months. So I've been trying to get. Yeah.
That's how I got my jersey.
Here we go.
All right. Healer, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Reason? Hopefully I sound good, man. Good. Congrats on 5K, by the way, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks. And then finally, for right now at least, John, what's going on, dude?
Congrats, Reason, on 5K.
Appreciate
you are
it.
the best Dolphins YouTuber ever. What'd you say? Sorry.
I said enter Sandman, bro.
Oh yeah.
I went to their concert in Orlando a couple years ago. It's pretty sweet.
They are the sweetest band ever.
Super professional, man. They are good live. Like they sound like the CD, dude. And they're like old too, so it's crazy how
they're
still
like
sound
50
good.
years old.
Yeah, they're old as shit now, yeah.
But they're good. They're still good, man.
Yeah.
Original hard rock.
Yeah, they did like 100%. This like 45-minute encore too. It's crazy.
Hell yeah.
All right. So what are you guys' thoughts on what the practice squad shaped up to be?
I am so happy, Kirkman.
Bro, I think our practice squad could beat some of these pro teams out here, bro.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Maybe the Texans.
I was so scared that Kirk Merritt was going to get claimed.
Man, there's some dumb teams.
I'm glad that Shaquem Griffin didn't get taken. I'm actually glad he's
Yeah.
on the practice squad as well.
Yeah.
And the Jabal Sheard was actually sneaky good. I like that one. I mean, he is getting old, but that was a sneaky good one. I was happy for sure that we didn't lose Merritt. I didn't think he was going to clear, but there apparently were a bunch of receivers out there.
Do we know why he
I didn't think it was going to clear either.
Because I'm interested in hearing why he cleared.
No, I have no idea why. I know why Malcolm Perry was claimed, and that's because New England's been interested in him since the draft.
Right.
So I don't know. I can't explain why, because Merritt put out the tape.
Right.
So
he did.
I don't know.
You'd have to
I
ask
thought
the
New
other
Orleans
teams.
was going to get him.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask the other teams why they didn't pick him up. But I mean, he
works for us.
Yeah, I think it's
yes.
I think it's because people were talking about that a bunch of young, talented receivers had gotten cut. So I guess there was just a bunch of them, and we managed to get lucky, and he flew through. So either way, he's there. So
like I said on Larry's, bro, not just because he's so good, but like now Preston and DVP, you boys better show up,
right?
Because your replacement is sitting in the wings waiting.
100%.
Even Daz Newsome got waived and he didn't get claimed.
Yeah, I have a Bears fan that I talk to regularly, and I was making fun of him because they'd cut him.
Yeah, and then no one claimed
lot.
him, and no one claimed him, which was crazy.
We picked up the cornerback from the Jets. What was his name?
Elijah Campbell.
Is he the guy that got beat on that Raiders where he gave up the touchdown, or is that somebody else?
Wasn't that
in that Raiders game that the Jets played?
Yeah.
And was that him?
Here, I'll look up.
I don't remember.
It was him. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I'd have to.
I thought that was.
He's fast as shit.
Well, yeah, it's Henry Ruggs, dude. Oh man.
No, I know. I was just wondering if that was the guy.
Here, I forget what was it. Let's see. I'll try to see if it's on.
Because if it was, then that doesn't surprise me that the Jets cut him, because it would have been like.
Hold on.
Still on that.
He's been in the league for a couple of years though.
Yeah, he started out undrafted, right?
No idea.
I wish we get that.
Elijah Campbell started out undrafted. So this was.
I don't know. I'm just happy some of those guys made it through. Like definitely Kirk Merritt and Sinnott made it on there, and Dokes and Strobridge. We kept a couple of our recent draft picks, got them on there, so that's good. I'm ready, man. I'm just ready for the season.
I'm probably out of trouble with the guy that was.
No, he burned cornerback Lamar Jackson. That's right.
Oh, there you go.
The other Lamar Jackson.
The other Lamar Jackson.
The other Lamar. Okay. Oh, to say that.
Well, he was a rookie last year too, Lamar.
Yeah, he was. I knew it was somebody like that shouldn't have been left on an island like that. I was just wondering if it was him or not.
I wonder. My question with that whole situation. I know this is off topic because of the New York Jets, but that, I feel like that was just thrown. I feel like that whole pass was just thrown.
100%.
I feel like that was literally just like someone was just like, all right, just blitz them like crazy. Just blitz them like crazy for no apparent reason. You really could have done could have just covered the whole field, but instead they decided to blitz instead of cover. I have no idea why they did that. But then again, that's Adam Gase, so I'm not really surprised.
I mean, I guess Elijah Campbell's better than Dora the Explorer, Jamal Perry.
Why do you call him that?
Why Dora the Explorer?
Yeah, because he was the backpack on the guy.
Jesus. Well, yeah, I mean,
it might be better than Noah Benogany right now too.
Well, everybody, even Jamal Perry was. So I mean, but yeah, I thought Perry was gonna get cut earlier, so that wasn't a surprise. So we'll see how the new dude fares.
Man, Larry asked a good question in his show earlier. If you had to pick one of the rookies to be a rookie of the year on the defensive side, who would you pick, Phillips or Holland? I picked Holland.
I think Holland. I think at this point Holland definitely has the edge. Because I think Phillips is going to probably take a little bit more time to get adjusted and stuff. Plus he's had the minor injuries. Holland's been looking real good. I do love his number 8 jersey. That excites me.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I want to see him come down with a pick. That'd be dope. I mean, if he plays against the Patriots. Because is he going to start? Or do we have McCourty as the starter?
I think it's McCourty.
They haven't released the final depth chart.
They haven't yet?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, if he gets some playing time, it'd be dope to see him come down with a pick off of Mac.
Man,
I think it's going to be Jalen Phillips.
I'd rather it be Jalen Phillips.
And that's if they drop him back into coverage, then that could affect him. But if they allow him to hone in on what he's good at right now, which is rushing the passer, this guy could flirt with 8 to 9 to 10 sacks.
Yeah, and it changes your whole dynamic on defense. Like you finally have a crazy pass rush. Like
you look at the tier
that
Chase Young is in. Jalen Phillips coming out is right under that tier. Like if he didn't have those concussion issues, he would have been a top 10 pick.
Well, I mean, he was the number 1 recruit, right?
Why do they drop him back into coverage?
Because they have him playing more linebacker, more linebacker responsibilities in the NFL now. But the thing is, if you look at him in Miami, there were multiple times where they dropped him back into coverage. It's just now they're doing it a little bit more heavily.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was just a preseason thing, just to see where he's at, and then
and because he's such a good athlete, such a good athlete that like if he becomes instinctual because of his athleticism, he could be pretty good in coverage.
Yeah.
He looked really uncomfortable though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think
right now.
Take some beat off Baker too.
But there's also the preseason, right? So now we got to see how they attack with him during the regular season, because the preseason could have been their time to just see what we got with this guy in coverage. We know what we got with him as a pass rusher, but as a pass rusher, I've already, if anyone watched my breakdown of him, this guy tested. When you compare his numbers, his testing numbers, and when you also compare his statistics, this guy is the third Bosa brother.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
bro, that was my favorite breakdown when he ran. Who'd he run down? Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence, 16 yards, bro.
Man,
he got into the backfield. Lawrence turned it up, and he chased him down 16 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. And he caused the fumble. They gave it to Bubba Bolden, but it was Jalen Phillips that caused the fumble.
I pictured Josh Allen in that.
That's exactly that's why I would be pinning him back a little bit more and setting the edge with him, is because this guy, he'll get into the backfield and make plays against the pass and against the run.
Yeah, I think especially since we do with the rest of the linebacking core, since we do have a ton of speed, I would personally like to see them use him more in a primarily like pass rush role now that we're getting to the season. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, he certainly can do the drop back stuff, so it's not. I wouldn't expect him to be terrible at it, but it'd be nice if he could just prioritize that his rookie season. That I would like to see that personally.
So it'd be nice if he could produce his rookie season, period, right?
I think that gives him the best chance personally. That's why I'm saying if you let him just focus on that, I think that would give him the best chance to succeed. But I'm not the coach, so we'll see.
What's up, fellas? What's up, Reason? What it is, buddy? What's going on?
What's up, dude?
I'm ready for the season, man.
Are you gonna be streaming the game, Reason, when it comes out?
Well, like I'll be live reacting to the game.
Like live reaction to the game. Nice.
Every week, other than the weeks I go to Florida.
I got you.
I just hope we don't see the same shit we saw last year with our mic, man. Like we was talking about that.
They've already set you up for that.
Yeah.
Man, I know, but I can hope, can I? I can wish upon a star.
Instincts and read and recognition ability, you either have it or you don't.
Who is our mic right now?
It would be a Landon Roberts, and then
why not?
And then Jerome's your Will, but in our defense on the 3-4, the Will kicks inside.
Why not see what a Guavin is, man?
What do you think about Landon Roberts?
I think he's like
average.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna write home about him.
I mean, so there's got to be a reason that they released McKinney, right? I mean,
I don't understand the reason.
They're very similar players, but the difference McKinney has over him is McKinney's instinctual and actually is good at read and recognition.
I mean, McKinney was like the one real thumper. I mean, Landon Roberts, he can hit, but But yeah, he was the one like real, thumper, prototypical thumper or whatever. Like
for all we know, he could have been a vocal veteran in the back, and Flores didn't like it.
Yeah,
That's
that's what we was talking about. I had brought that up in Larry's, about how you had brought up about the disconnect with the veteran players, because it just don't make no sense.
I mean, you had a Pro Bowler linebacker who cost you what, like $770,000?
Has anybody picked them up?
And you let him
Yeah,
go.
that's
you gain nothing from it. You gain nothing from it.
He's going. Who's he going? The Jets or the?
Oh man,
there's another team. Is the Jets or someone else?
Oh man,
Robert
Saleh, man.
I know, dude. No, look. I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, we're gonna find out pretty quick. It's a full season, but we're gonna find out soon how we're gonna stack up to like the New England run offense. So, we'll see if these linebackers can keep up. It's gonna be the test for our defense.
Me and Omar had not an argument, but we were like talking about. He said that we're the thinnest at linebacker than any position. And I was like, maybe offensive line, but.
Oh, Washington. It's New York and Washington are interested in them right now.
Wow.
Dude, we are so thin. And look at the size of all these guys. They're all undersized, man.
Yeah,
I think that's part of the meaning of thin. They're little, right? Like comparatively. So
yeah, but look at our depth. Our depth is not good by any stretch of the imagination at the linebacker spot right now.
So do you believe the Jalen Smith stuff, or do you think that's just rumors or BS?
I haven't heard it, so I don't know.
Jalen Smith stuff
about him coming. The Dallas, whatever his name, the Dallas linebacker.
I've heard the rumor, but I haven't heard it from anyone.
Wasn't he arrested?
I think that's just more hope than actual.
Because they looked it up, or Larry looked it up or something, like it was going to be $9 million cap hit or something.
Yeah, he just got paid like last offseason. Or the season before that.
But they wanted to trade him though, right? Didn't they put him on the trade block, the Cowboys?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you are.
It was either that or like he wanted a trade or something like that. It was something trade related.
Wasn't that the Dallas guy that got arrested though?
I still think we have a better chance with that Macaroni week 1.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, they just can't get exposed with the run defense, because if that happens, then Mac Jones won't have to throw the ball.
That's why we need to load the box, 0 blitz, and make him prove it.
Oh, we shouldn't have to 0 blitz anymore now with what we've added to the front.
I feel like Zach's. I
don't think you're going to see a lot of 0 blitz this year.
Fucking NASCAR.
I didn't think so either, which is why I brought it up when I was on Larry's channel earlier today.
Just load the box. Just bring that safety down.
Yeah.
Load it.
I hope we don't, because I would like to be able to see them, stack up a little bit better just on the front end without having to bring so much from the back end.
I mean, on an obvious passing down, the 0 blitz might confuse.
Could you imagine? I was about to say, could you imagine Mac Jones' eyes, bro? Fucking see that.
He would be scared.
You see that clip going around?
Yes.
Against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, and you see the center like looking back, like looking all confused. Like the rookie's gonna figure it out.
He would probably poop his pants.
The over and under is 2.5 interceptions.
That's probably why they went out and got Lindsley.
I'll take the over in that.
I think like on a 3rd and long, I think you might see it.
I think Holland might get his first pick in week 1.
Ooh,
that's what I'm saying.
That'd be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah, extra long would be great.
But we got to stop the run.
Zach as well. Like what
Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson. If you don't stop the run, it's gonna be a long day.
That to me seems like one of the clear keys for the game for the Dolphins is stop the run.
Another great power back we could have got.
But we actually have an offense this year,
dude. Could you imagine if like Mac Jones balls out though and
that's what I'm worried about, dude.
Bro, I'm telling you that running game is going to be deadly this year. I literally drafted Ramondre Stevenson in my Dynasty League. That run game is going to be ridiculous.
He looks so good in preseason, man.
But he's been playing against vanilla defenses, so
No, about the run game though.
Not the run game, but
I'm talking about the run. Like they were 4th last year in the run last year, and they got a better. They got Ramondre Stevenson's better than Sonny Michel.
They got better, like point blank.
Who picked up
Sony Michel?
better? What didn't he go?
They
to
The
traded
Rams
him.
traded. The Rams
trade him for like 2 6-round picks.
They traded him, yeah. Yeah, no, that it's gonna be a tough game. I think a lot of people think that it's gonna be a pushover game, and I don't think that's quite gonna be the case.
No.
Like I said before, I think it's gonna primarily be a defensive game, in my opinion. And they're definitely gonna rely on
no
the run
Gilmore
game,
though, so Tua can
that's
shred.
true.
That's
That
nice.
is true.
Tua can
That is
shred.
true.
thing is, like Cam Newton had over 500 yards rushing, didn't he?
Bro, he lit us up.
They don't have him anymore. He almost had. I think he almost had 600. I don't know. I gotta look it up.
He also had the most rushing touchdowns.
And a ton of
season.
turnovers.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had 12 rushing touchdowns and almost 600 yards. 592.
How many interceptions and fumbles did he have?
He had 5 fumbles. One of them was lost. Only one on rushing.
Okay,
But I remember it was.
how many
like
interceptions? How many interceptions?
He had 10 interceptions.
It's gonna be like
So that's 11 turnovers. But he only had
11.
8 through the air.
That's how many X had. He had 10 interceptions and 1 fumble.
he had double the amount of interceptions as Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, he had two. He had 2 fumbles, one on a
One.
run and one on a pass,
That's
and then he had 10
literally-
interceptions.
Yeah,
so
that's literally the same stat
12
line.
turnovers.
Well, yeah, those. Oh, okay. Well, I was
12,
gonna say
12 lost turnovers. It could have been 15 or.
What's crazy is like Newton puts so much work into his body. He's like shredded like a Greek god.
Mm-hmm.
And Mac Jones looks like he just like finished
yeah,
a
he
bender
just-
and has a cigarette in his mouth. And he won the
or a
job.
cigar.
He's like a rookie Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Dude, he looks like the quarterbacks from like the 50s that would like sit on the sideline and read the paper and shit.
I don't know.
He got injured, man. He's just never been the since after he.
You
injured
think the
his
kid is
shoulder.
that good reason?
Who, Mac Jones?
Yeah.
No.
Macaroni.
I
10
saw
days
way
away.
too many. I saw way too many times of Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle holding up to catch balls. I saw a pop gun arm. Like if people think Tua doesn't have a strong arm, what do they think this guy got?
Did you see what Colin Cowherd said today?
That's not
reason.
Well,
Definitely
Jesus.
your prime
when
time
he
man.
did Tua or Hua,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me guess, he picked Mac Jones over him.
he did, and then he
I-
took Sam
dude,
Darnold as well.
Wow.
Dude, when he picked
Wow.
Daniel Jones over Tua, I turned that off, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I
That
didn't
was
watch it at all.
ignorance. It's just ignorance. That's
Anyone
all.
who would take Daniel Jones over Tua Tagovailoa, like I need you to take an IQ test.
I don't know why
immediately.
he loves
Yeah.
Sam
Hey, I
Darnold.
see.
so
I seen your salute to the Queen, Joy Taylor, though.
The Queen of Thickness. She dropped her crown. It's my
Hey,
girl.
Reese, I just want to say congrats, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh yeah. Congrats,
Also, I wanted to say, hey, I called it before, and everybody in the chat was telling me I was crazy. Once Cam hit that COVID list, man, I told you that Mac Jones was
Oh
going to
my
be the
God.
starter week 1.
Yeah.
And Belichick can say whatever he wants. I have a sneaking suspicion that has something to do with it.
Dude,
They
did
don't
you see
even have a
Urban Meyer?
backup.
Urban Meyer just straight up and came out and said that.
Yeah, he's gonna get in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
That's what you can't do. I mean, look,
He's gonna get in trouble.
Urban thinks he's in college right now.
I don't
Okay.
necessarily agree
I-
with cutting guys based on that. But if you're gonna do it, you just don't say it to the public because that's gonna get you investigated by the NFL.
You want to know how badly the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want to repeat? First team to be 100% fully vaccinated.
Wow.
And guys took less money so they can come back. Tampa Bay going
that's
right
huge.
back
That's
there this
dedication.
year, okay?
That's dedication, bro. That's dedication.
Atlanta's fully vaxxed too.
And camaraderie.
Fuck the Falcons.
Fuck Calvin Ridley.
I love me, Calvin Ridley.
Such a good route.
Calvin
runner.
Ridley's. I meant that like Calvin
Look.
Ridley's a beast.
He is
Good
a
luck.
beast, bro.
Good luck with Josh Rose in Atlanta.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Talking about, dude.
They
2v1.
just better hope he never has to actually go in.
Oh,
I think people were raving about him in his 3rd preseason game or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
Yeah, he threw a
hilarious.
touchdown. He threw a touchdown with the Falcons.
Oh, good for him.
Ran into-
Buddy,
I
you
am
give me Kyle-
curious to
you
see
me-
Arthur Smith.
You
With
give me
I am
you give me Kyle Pitts and you give me Calvin Ridley, I'll find a way to throw a touchdown.
That's what I was going to say. I am curious to see Arthur Smith with that offense. Yeah, exactly.
Just climb the pocket, man. Just climb the pocket.
Yeah, because he loves that 12-man personnel, and he got Hooper and Pitts.
Can you imagine that guy? I mean, his father owns FedEx.
No,
he's an NFL head coach.
Hurst.
I mean,
Hayden Hurst.
Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this tweet on Omar Kelly?
Oh, with Tannehill and Mahomes.
It's interesting, right?
I sent it to him. I texted to him this morning and he posted it because he was bashing me he was bashing Tannehill to me.
I want you to give Tua Derrick Henry in Tennessee's line, and let's talk.
Oh man!
Yeah, no doubt about it. But the thing about it is, look at Derrick Henry's stats for the 26 games before Ryan Tannehill got there. It's literally 65 yards a game, and it's 127 yards a game since Tannehill got there. It's 4.3 yards before he got there, and 5.7 after he did.
I mean, Tannehill's putting up those numbers on a running team too. So.
But hold on. In all fairness, Derrick Henry ran what's his face out of town. Who was
Josh Norman?
But Tannehill ran Marcus Mariota out of town.
The former, he was a former Cowboy.
I think I know you're talking about it.
He had like a 1,200-yard season. And then Derrick Henry came around as a rookie, took some carries away, and then he had to leave.
Well, do you know Derrick Henry was such a disappointment in the beginning of his career that the Titans were trading him to the Patriots for a second-round pick?
Oh, thank God.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco
Murray.
He ran DeMarco Murray out of town.
Yeah,
and DeMarco was a beast back then. DeMarco had like 1,200 yards, and then Henry came as a rookie and took a whole bunch of carries away.
That stiff arm, man. That stiff arm is the nastiest.
Yeah, you got to look the reason DeMarco started getting hurt. It took 2 years for Henry to get going. Henry was locally considered a bust. They were disappointed. They were moving on. And then Tannehill, it was the perfect storm. I mean, it was Arthur Smith as well coming there. A.J. Brown had a ton of it to do with it, but it all clicked. Mariota just, he wouldn't pull the trigger. Mariota's problem is exactly what they're projecting on Tua. He just wouldn't let the ball go. And that's not what Tua's problem is, but that's what the narrative is.
Here's the thing. Mariota actually came from a system with Chip Kelly where no one was NFL open. Right. Everyone was wide. That thing manufactured space like you're fucking like the Wonka factory manufactures chocolate, bro.
Absolutely.
Like Chip Kelly was an innovator. Mm-hmm. Like it was totally
and the athletes and the athletes Oregon got compared to everybody and the defense in the Pac-12, they just they don't have NFL corners. They just don't. They can't cover. It's just it was the perfect storm though. But yeah, Tannehill. Listen, he had to leave. He had to go, and I'm thrilled with Tua. But people misrepresent that. People do to Tannehill what the national media is doing to Tua right now. They comment out of their ass. They haven't watched one Titan headline. They haven't watched any real Titan film, and they're running with the narrative.
If Tannehill stayed, he would be in the same rut because of the offensive line in the run game.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. No. All I'm saying is what Tannehill did in Tennessee, he deserves credit for. Like people actually just run with the narrative that it's Derrick Henry, not realizing that Derrick Henry has benefited more from Ryan Tannehill than Ryan Tannehill has benefited from him.
He got all the credit from me in the world when he stepped in the NFL, and he had already bagged Lauren Tannehill. So he was okay by my standards.
And here's a guy that's made $100 million before he was a decent NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows though that the problem in Miami at that time, during that time, wasn't really Tannehill. I mean, sure, he's not perfect and had things to work on, but it wasn't him. He wasn't the primary issue for sure.
Quite honestly, Adam Gase actually, it's fun to bash Gase, and he is what he is. But Adam Gase has a lot to do with Ryan Tannehill's resurrection.
He does. He does. No, but to the Gase point, I mean, that was the first time that Ryan Tannehill actually in Miami, when he was in Miami, the first time he had a coach that had his back and believed in him. And you can see why now because of what he's doing. But yeah,
we could have won a playoff game if Tannehill stayed healthy.
Yes.
And that unicorn in that 2016 year.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
He was just starting to see his promise before that injury. Then he goes down, of course, and when he comes back, and quite honestly, that fourth quarter against the Bengals, it sealed his career in Miami. It was over at that point. But I just don't understand what their obsession with trying to not giving anybody any help there. I mean, it was just obvious that he was getting killed back there, and they were just letting him throw the ball, and they were giving no help. I forget who it was that was playing tackle that was getting beat like a drum. Was it Jesse Davis, or who was it that was getting just destroyed in the fourth quarter of that game after Tunsil got the concussion?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
his pocket presence just drove me crazy though.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
No, what drove me
still
crazy
pretty
was
bad.
early on his deep ball accuracy was when he had Mike Wallace. I'd watch this guy miss Mike Wallace consistently. Yes. Now, to his credit, he worked on it and got better over his career at it. But early on, his deep ball accuracy was.
It was Sam Young. It was Sam Young that was getting beaten. And yes, the other thing that used to drive me crazy with the Mike Wallace thing, though, is they'd run 9 routes, and they never understood that. Mike Wallace he wasn't good at tracking the football either. And they had Tannehill trying to throw that ball, which he clearly couldn't. He would throw it out of bounds. It was disastrous. Instead of letting Tannehill roll out and throw it to the middle of the field and let Wallace run underneath it, they'd continue to run a 9 road down the sideline, and just Tannehill was a disaster at it.
Yeah. He did. He definitely.
The one thing Josh Rosen can actually do. Mm-hmm. Throw a 9, bro. That's like the only thing Rosen could ever do.
Yeah,
it's always a
nine on it.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, he did get better at it and is better at it now.
So,
he got better, earlier on than year 7. But anyway, so one of the things though about his pocket presence, I get it, he's not the greatest, but he also, and not that I necessarily.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're talking about Dylan's boy.
I like Tannehill.
That's your boy, but why does everybody give him so much credit? And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Tua was on one leg last year. You know what I mean? And
I mean, I like Tua too, so I get you. But the thing is Ryan. No, you're fine. Ryan Tannehill also, not that this is necessarily what you want per se, but he did stand tall in the pocket quite a few times, in the face of pressure and a big hit coming, and still make some nice throws.
Tough kid.
See, you know what you say, Todd, that the Bengals game ended his career. I actually think him not getting surgery.
Oh yeah.
Ended his career in Miami. Yeah. That was the beginning of the end of him. And then the next year, non-contact again, goes down in training camp, and he misses 2 years now. That second year, because of what they saw in 2016, that second year of missing, that's what I think was the beginning of the end.
Right, but we started 3-0. He was playing pretty well. We go up to Foxborough and get the shit kicked out of us, and then we have a 17-0 lead on the Bengals, and Tunsil gets the concussion. But we're about to go to 4-1 with an impressive win on the road against Cincinnati, and looked like we were going to be okay. And the offensive line failed him. He hurts the shoulder. He's lousy the rest of the way down. The team basically quit on him. They didn't want him, they didn't want him anymore. They had made it clear. But he threw the ball on the run. His rollout is second only to Aaron Rodgers as far as accuracy and efficiency. And for some reason, through 2 coaching staffs, they refuse to do it. I mean, it's as clear as day, and now Tennessee is feasting off of it. It really is. I mean, but it's like I just don't understand why they want to, just what it drives me crazy about NFL coaches that just, they They want to fit
Arrogance.
somebody into their system, and what they want to do. And it's like, it's so obvious that this is, if you do this, the kid will succeed. But they'd prefer to, make him stand in the pocket and look like a goofball back there, with the rush coming. And it amazes me.
What do you think if Philbin would have got his wish in 2014?
Derek Carr?
Yeah.
I'm not a Carr fan.
It wouldn't have mattered.
And here's the thing.
The
crazy thing about it is
Carr before that injury a couple years ago was on an MVP trajectory that year. Bro.
And the crazy thing about it is Gruden loves Tannehill. Gruden's a Tannehill guy. And at that point, when he came in, there was a deal to be made there if they wanted to. Tannehill for Carr.
You know what I'm surprised? I'm surprised Flores moved off of him because Flores had seen him firsthand how many times he'd beat his ass in Foxborough.
Well, it was time. It was time here. Like I said, there was basically a mutiny in the locker room. The players basically had told them, we want him gone, and so they weren't going to play with him anymore. It was bad for business to keep him. I mean, the fan base had given up on him. It was just time for the total reset.
Yeah, but like I said, it's again the thing that pisses people off, and it perplexes me again that our personnel department, even with him and still now, just absolutely ignore the offensive line. It's insane.
I don't think they ignored it. I think they blew everybody they took. I think they made mistakes.
Horrible talent evaluators.
I think it's a mix.
Other than the unicorn line, they didn't care enough, because again, it's the same concept now. If you knew you're not doing it through the draft, do it through free agency. That's my issue.
Their whole new thing is through the draft, but if you look at all the Georgia offensive linemen, what's his name? Andrew
Thomas.
He wasn't a bust, but he wasn't what he was supposed to be yet. He
started playing well in the second half of the season.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect out of Kenley. I keep expecting him to do something, but I don't know.
I like Kenley. I think he's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I think it's with the offensive line. I think it's a mix of both. I think they've kind of missed on some guys, reached on some guys, but also there doesn't feel like there's to Chris's point, to CT's point. It doesn't feel like there's an urgency there where it should be. Right, like they should. I don't know. It just feels like they should care about it more than it seems like they do.
Dude, it's the one thing. As much as people want to hate on Gase, this is the point I've always made about him. It's the one thing where him and Tannenbaum are actually like, look at the unicorn line. They had already signed Brandon Albert. Laramie Tunsil falls in the lap, and they say draft him, play him at guard. Look at the line that they had started to put together there.
And they went and got Bushra. That's the thing about,
if Brandon Albert stayed healthy for another year.
Oh, my Lord. Yes, absolutely.
But here's my point, though, is, again, Adam Pankey is still on our practice squad. And you're telling me that you couldn't have picked up anyone that could possibly develop? The dude's not. So why is he still here?
Well, through the offseason, that's the thing that's driven me crazy is, okay, if you want to go with the youth movement and you've invested, high picks and young guys and whatever, but it would have been wonderful to add a veteran somewhere along the line, where it was Corey Lindsley or, just go get one, right? Go get one high quality veteran, right? One high quality veteran to put on there to build around with the youth movement.
But it's also again, if you're doing the youth movement, what you have with Pankey. Why not go out and sign another young guy onto the practice squad and see what that guy has? Yeah, that's what drives me insane.
I think we read the reports. This apparently Pankey, they liked what they saw from Pankey all training camp. I'm actually not surprised because it kept getting reported that they liked what they were seeing from him. I think he's trash.
Well, they like all these guys that they see as developmental. Like, this is a player we can invest in and develop.
Why is NATO, even if he is an international designation, they moved him from the defense to tackle to now guard and center. Like it's like they're just like wasting the designation to see if this guy can become a water boy.
Send him back home.
They'd have to get another international player if they're for the roster exemption to take effect.
There are
I get what you're saying,
hundreds of those dudes out there, though. There are hundreds.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. I mean, he's been here. What? This is his 3rd or 4th year, or something like that. Now,
exactly.
It's been a while. This is like the 4th year, I think.
Yeah,
he's not working out. Move on.
Yeah, I think.
I think that they have invested a lot in the O-line. They just haven't done it correctly. So they do care about it, Dylan. It's just they're not doing it right.
Yeah, they're value. It goes back.
Continuing to bargain bin shop is not
Greer is going to take the fall for the offensive line. It doesn't work because they're going to point to him and say, "You've been around for the longest. You've been," because this isn't a one regime thing. This has been multiple regimes have fell to this ineffectiveness with drafting and spending resources on the offensive line.
Yeah.
And Greer is going to get the one that's pointed at because he's been in the scouting department. He's been up and down this organization. I said this. He might be carrying that same offensive line philosophy that's at the core root of this problem because it might have been something he learned 15 years ago in Miami.
Yep. Yeah, and the thing about McKinney, too, like I said the other night, if this stuff starts coming to bite us this year, then either Greer and Flo got to go, man. It's not a one-way street.
Come on, man. We can't do it that quick. Come on now. We can't get rid of Flo.
If the offensive line and the run game, which are two major concerns, and they've been that way for the last 2 years, if you failed to have addressed those, you're the problem.
No, yeah,
I think someone
they need to go ahead and instead of drafting, go ahead and pay the money. Like Reason said, go ahead and grab the dude from Green Bay. Go ahead and grab whoever. All we need is 2.
But they're unwilling to do that. They keep bargain bin shopping. That's the problem.
That's what I mean when I say the urgency is lacking, because it's in that specifically when it comes to their like free agents or even the trades, right, that they've done. Like they've been very lackluster, let's say, to put it.
Well, it won't lack when if Tua is getting off his ass a lot. I know that.
Well, see, here's my thing with those three ones and those 2 2s that they're asking for Watson. Do you know you could get elite tackles,
right?
Yeah,
in trade packages.
They got rid of Eric Flowers and paid $6 million to do so. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you can find some way somehow to find a legit quality tackle, but that's what I'm saying. To me, it doesn't seem like there's really that level of urgency. They feel like what they have is going to be just fine. And that's one of the areas where I have to wait and see. So I hope they're right.
Yeah. How's that kid from Notre Dame? I know he can't play guard, but I haven't really been watching him.
Liam's doing all right.
He's just second string.
He's doing all
right. He's battling some injuries.
I think he needs to be starting left tackle.
That would be interesting. I
don't understand why the fuck they don't sit Jackson's ass down, put in Eichenberg. And light a fire under, but they need to light a fire under Jackson's ass. I feel like he's got the skill set, but it's like he don't.
You put at right tackle then?
Oh, Jesse,
I don't know who
he
this
don't
guy
have enough
is.
plasma, man.
Versus the rookie, I'm not gonna.
I don't know who this right guard for Ohio State is, but he's mauling dudes.
Yo, they say this undrafted free agent's pretty good now. Y'all might laugh at me, but that's all right.
Oh, he's from my town.
Robert Jones, but he's backing up on the
freaking out.
I mean, nothing to freak out about, but I'm just saying he could probably come in and hold the guard position down, right?
Yeah, but we need tackles. The interior is not my worry.
Well, and the thing is he's backing up Hunt, isn't he, on the depth chart?
Yes,
isn't he behind Hunt? So, like, the one position that you have for me that I have confidence in, he's a good backup for him, but you need, like Reason said, that's not the area where we need the help. We need it on the outsides primarily. So,
but they're gonna, and I'm not saying that is good, but they're gonna scheme, and they'll be chipping and all that shit. But still, man, Austin Jackson, he played so good for what 6, 7, not good,
an hour.
He played good for now.
Well, before that
injury,
he was playing decent.
You're a savage.
7 games. I'm talking about 7 games he played better than I thought he would.
Yeah, prior to the injury, he was better than I expected as well.
Yeah, but then clearly Bradley Chubb put on the tape and
Yes.
said, "Oh, this is how you beat him."
Right, and
then he got exposed to the NFL,
right,
and then
exactly.
he just kept people just kept coming across.
The other thing too is, and that's been Miami's problem, for a decade and a half is, we always seem to look better than we expected until we run into New England, and then Belichick exposes us to the rest of the NFL on how to beat us and how to handle us, and then it falls apart for 4 or 5 weeks, and that seems to have been the blueprint, and I'm curious to see what happens, how they defend us week 1, because I don't think anybody realizes how efficient and effective our offense is going to look when all of our weapons are on the field. I can
picture the potential,
man, because I think of that Atlanta game, but now upgrade the receivers.
That's the thing, that's the part. The upgrade of the wide receivers changes everything. It's not that's what makes it indefensible. It's just, it's physics. It's like basketball. If your center's 7'1" and the guy who's guarding him is 6'4", it's just an obvious mismatch. We have a situation where you can go down every single team's roster and you cannot find the players on the roster to match up with our wide receivers. You just can't do it. There's just not somewhere there is a glaring weakness and discrepancy.
Yeah,
well, not a close one, a glaring one.
That paper looks really good. It looks.
Wasn't it nice to see Waddle? He got 3, 4, 5 looks.
Yeah.
Them.
I hope they use him a lot more.
Wasn't that nice to see him get them though in the preseason?
I hope we see Wilson on the boundary and Waddle. I want to see Wilson and Waddle on the field at the same time, bro. I want to see it.
Wait till you see Albert Wilson and Waddle, and then we could go Devontae, or we could go
Preston.
Yeah, Preston could chill for a little bit. Come in
Fuller,
later.
Will won't be there to the Buffalo game though. Sadly, I wish he was playing this week. I really do.
And not to forget about the running back coming out of the backfield now.
Miles. I hope Miles balls out. I hope Miles has a really good game.
That's the thing is there is so much potential, man. So much potential. And that's why for me, I would just hate to see any part of it be held back. So I'm we're getting to the season. It's literally like a week and a half away. So I'm in that portion of the season where I'm trying to keep my optimism goggles on, and I hope they hold up, because it really could be super electric from any level of the defense. We could hit big plays. So,
and I agree, but people also have to keep their expectations of Waddle in check, because again, even in the preseason, they're double covering him and bracket covering him. This year, I think he's going to be more of the decoy until he can learn, like those dominant receivers, to then become open during, being double covered and being bracketed. I think this year he's going to be more of the decoy.
I forgot to say Gesicki.
You think they're going to double cover him with Fuller out there?
No, they're not going to double.
You cannot leave that man on an island. You cannot leave Will Fuller on an island.
Gesicki's going to eat like a buffet.
Somebody is, but I'm just saying this year, until he can learn consistently to beat those double teams, I think he's just going to be the one to get somebody else open.
As long as somebody gets open and we're moving the ball down.
Yeah, right. I don't care if it's Matt Collins. I don't care as long as we score, bro.
My issue with Matt Collins name now. He's been balling out.
Hey, I got nothing but love for the man. Shoot, I like DM's idea of putting him at tight end. I thought that was a
wide
glorious
receiver
idea.
is they're made out of glass, so
That's
Yes,
the one potential
that's the
downfall
thing.
for them. Yeah, is that. But I mean, look, man, it's potentially scary, our offense. So, we're just gonna have to wait and see and hope it comes
We're gonna
together.
beat the shit out of New England.
We
I'm gonna
better.
say it. I'm gonna say
Oh,
it. We're gonna
man.
beat the shit.
I have to be
We're gonna win by
optimistic,
10
man.
points.
I hope
I
I'm
have to be
off for that
optimistic.
game. I don't
What's
know
the
if I'm
spread?
working or not.
You
Yeah,
know what,
spread?
though? As much as I want us to beat New England, I want that Buffalo game more than anything, bro. My best friend is a Buffalo fan,
yeah.
and both those games were brutal, bro. I
want
just
both of
really
them.
want that.
If we
I
have
want
to
a
lose
2-0
one, I'd
start.
rather lose to Buffalo because if you lose to Mac Jones, you'll never hear the end.
That's
You'll
a
never
good
hear the
point.
end of it.
That's a good point.
True.
That's a
That's
good
You'll never hear
point.
the end of it.
That's
Two
fair.
is a bust. Two is this, that.
Fine,
The
fair,
Miami
fair.
Dolphins suck. Like, dude, I don't
Mac
want to
Jones
hear
is
it.
the best Alabama
Yeah,
quarterback ever.
yeah,
But
exactly.
let's be honest. If they win, it ain't gonna be because of him. It's gonna be because of Stevenson
The running
and
But
the
they'll
rest
make
of
it
those
in.
backs.
They'll
And
make it
they're
They'll make
because
it into
Mac
him.
Jones won it, though.
That's
They'll make
bad,
it into him.
Kentucky. And if we lose, it ain't gonna be because of Tua.
I can see
Let's
that.
believe I'm telling you.
So I'd rather lose to Buffalo if you ask me. But I don't
Same.
want to lose to either, obviously.
Yeah,
but I'm
let's
just
get
saying.
let's get
If you
2-0,
had to pick
baby.
an ultimatum, I'd just rather lose to Buffalo.
Yeah. And
Buffalo is fucking
the
real
better,
deal.
they are the better team too, so it's it's more expected or whatever.
But I
like-
hate Buffalo.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're-
Buffalo.
Oh, I hate those cocks.
That's why we got to get
Fuck Josh Allen.
2-0 to start out.
Oh,
Gotta
they
put him
think
on his
they
ass,
think
man.
Josh Allen is the freaking Tom Brady, the best quarterback ever, bro. I can't stand it.
Well, if
Well,
you
so
put that
that's-
heat on them, we'll see what happens.
That's the thing, though, is so as far as the Patriots offense goes, I mean, my guess is they're going to try and use ultimately Mac Jones in a Tom Brady-esque kind of way. I don't think they're really going to want to push the ball downfield too much with him. But for our offense, ideally, having the guys that we do, on the outside in the wide receiver room, tight ends, whatever, running backs, ideally we're going to want to see the ball spread around because then that means everybody's doing their jobs and somebody's getting open on every play. And that's when things can be really exciting because then, whoever's turn it is this time is gonna have, good separation or be behind the defense or what have you. And it's going to be good things.
So the Patriots don't have either one of their tight ends?
No, they're
Right
both
now,
hurt.
no.
Is not Henry not playing?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, what's their status for the game? Do we have any clue?
No.
Negative.
No.
Probably not.
They're
Until
not
late next
required to
week.
give injury reports until the end of this next week.
Yeah. Yeah. So we
And
won't
I
know.
think again it'll be a test in Buffalo because they do like to go vertical. That's when we're going to really see what are we going to scheme up with that pass rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to cover Diggs
Yeah.
too. I feel like Diggs needs to be we can't. I mean, I know Noah was
our
covering him
coverage ain't
last
the
year.
issue.
Put X on him.
Put X
It's
on him. I
not the
agree. I 100%
coverage.
agree.
It's the pass
If it
rush.
comes down
You
to
can't
Noah,
let
Giving
Josh Allen
Josh
go
Allen
back
all day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually
That's
really
what I
good
was saying. You can't give him all day.
Yeah,
I know.
that's really a good point too about those first couple games is the Patriots game is going to really test our run defense, and then the Buffalo game is going to be a good test for our pass defense, but pass rush.
All I know is I lost my favorite quarterback, Sam Darnold, in the AFCs because he always threw to us. I just hope Mac Jones or Zach Wilson turns into that because I'm very sad that Sam Darnold.
Zach Wilson's gonna
That's
be
like
really
the other
good.
day,
He's my
everybody was
favorite
saying,
quarterback.
Mac Jones looks good. Mac Jones looks good. I said, yeah, he's going to throw 2 touchdowns to X.
I fear Zach
Hope
Wilson.
so, man.
I hope so, man. I hope I hope nobody's biting their tongues and he has a really good game. So let's see.
I don't want him to be the next Justin Herbert. I can tell you that.
Man, if X is baiting veteran quarterbacks, imagine what he's going to do to Macaroni.
Did you guys see Xavier Howard's press conference when they told him Cam had been cut? He acted like he was surprised. He's like, "Oh, now I got to go watch more film." He's sitting there thinking, "I'm about to pick this bitch off twice."
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
4 times. That's what's the record in a game? Let's go for the record, man.
Yeah,
come on, X.
I mean, hold on though.
Come on, X, get that game record.
If they didn't have such a good run game, I would say we're gonna wash them. But until I see us prove we can stop the run, I can't sit there and say we're going to destroy these guys.
No, I can't.
We don't know it, man.
We don't know what
we can dream.
Jones is going to do.
We can dream.
And can we run too? Because their defense is very good.
Yeah, but just like you said the other night, reason I think a lot of it is if we're going to stack the box and we're going to bring the safety up and dare them to beat us. And that's where, again, you can't just let them run at will. Hey, force them. Do it. This is how you're going to have to beat us.
Beat us on that offensive line can hold up.
Even if it's just efficient and moving the ball, moving the chains, we got to get them behind the chains, right? Like, so we can't. Yes. We got to get some tackles for loss. We got to get some no gainers, right? Short gainers, because we can't let them get like 4 or 5
nickel and dime us.
Yeah, 4 or 5 yards, because then anytime Mac Jones does have to throw, he can just do easy stuff.
Check down, and he'll have a first down.
Right, and then he won't even have to worry about X, right? Or not as much.
But I think in that scheme, though, when we saw that first game of the preseason, our cornerbacks are good on those quick throws, those quick outs, those quick slants. So it's more, again, if we're throwing an extra guy in the box, your check downs aren't going to be there. Your run's not going to be there. If we have Rowe and or Holland, which I think it's going to be Rowe, I think they're going to let Holland grow into it. But if you have those safety back there and X on the outside and Byron doing his job, I think it's going to be miserable for Mac Jones.
I hope so.
I hope so as well.
Somehow Pete thinks Mac Jones is ahead of Tua, and will always
be a troll.
As always.
Pete, what are you talking about? Like, Tua's been running out of shotgun, I-form, single back and under center, and pistol since last year. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
And Mac Jones was
he's been running under center too. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's just Pete being Pete. Yeah, because
Pete, every quarterback that Pete can name, he'll name is better than Tua, and we just got to stop wasting our time and actually have intelligent conversation.
I just wonder sometimes if he really is a Dolphins fan. That's all.
I think the main thing is he don't want to be wrong. He doesn't want Reason and a few others to be right.
He also said Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver.
We see
I've seen different this preseason, but
I don't know.
I don't know if he got a pass yet.
Is he cross-eyed? Is he cross-eyed? Because if so, then maybe those drops ended up being catches.
I don't know.
Dude, when the coach was covering him, the coach was keeping up with him.
He said Waddle is going to be a bust because of Tua, and he said, I'm just calling him out because he's talking trash right now. So
too much time dedicated to bad takes.
He needs to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
He just irritates me sometimes. I'm sure he might be a good
super
person.
Excited.
Just,
I'm super excited
really
for these first few games because it really does. These first few games,
not just this one.
They take the extremes of our defense and what our defense can do, and I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah,
I am too. I can't wait, dude.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
I just can't wait. That's the end game thing, right now is just get to the I mean, we're 10 days away. It's so close yet so far, but I'm just ready, man, because we're going to start getting, right out of the gate, especially with the first handful of games, man. We're going to start seeing what this team's really all about. So
we got a lot of good games in these first 5 games. I'm really excited.
Minnesota just took the lead on Ohio State.
Oh yeah,
you want to right tackle? How's Daniel Fowler looking in that game so far?
I just put it on now.
I've seen he's been decent, but I think that again, Minnesota's just been driving the ball down Ohio State's throat.
Yeah, the running back's out 22 for 139 and 2 touchdowns.
At one time, they ran 8.
Yeah, has he been running to the right side or the left side?
All to the left side and 1 or 2 to the right. They ran 8 straight running plays in a row. It was 12 yards, 10 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 4 yards, 12 yards. It was crazy.
This game is in 4K. Ooh, it's so beautiful. I wish they did NFL games in 4K.
Can y'all tell me the score, please?
It's 20-17 right now.
21-17.
Okay, because I got them heads up. I said fuck the 14 points.
We think the Hurricanes are going to be able to take Alabama?
Oh no.
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
Unless a real hurricane hits. Other than
I'm
that,
ready to see old school hurricane football.
The only way that
know.
Miami has a chance is just like the Dolphins if they can create massive turnovers. That's their only shot.
The game is at Alabama. I don't think that's happening.
does anybody have a
beat 'em.
sleeper for week 1 I can put in on the old bookie?
Like a player or a team?
Or a game?
A team, so I can make some money, man.
Let's see. Who isn't playing? You know what? The kind of surprise, man. This might be like a hot take, but I think the Cowboys might beat the Buccaneers week 1. I think Dak might come in like in full force.
That's a good thought right there.
Guys, Miami's the best bet on the board.
What's the
Value-wise,
I never bet on my own team.
value-wise, they're the best bet on the board.
Was it New England 4? Probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was 3.5. Most of the when Cam Newton was expected to be there, and then it really it's fluctuated a little bit since then, but you could still find Miami getting 3, but it's really 2.5 most places.
See, I would buy a whole point and make it 3.5. That's just me. I don't know shit, but
it's not going to happen. It's not
October 25th. They're going to make sports gambling legal. Just if anybody's down here in Florida and they like to gamble,
I'm not gambling.
Your local
it's not going to go to 3.5. It's not.
No, it won't go back. Not with Jones over there. I mean, it was like I said, it was 3.5 forever. But all off season it had been there. But
as soon as Jones went, it dropped.
His cards, value-wise, have been shooting through the roof since he got named a starter.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Reason, what's up with them cards? You got to put me on, man.
Go buy them, bro. Go break them. Go buy them. Go break them.
I have to get into that, man. That's what I used to.
Because I got
massive collection when I was
old
young.
school Kobe rookie cards and all that shit. I don't know what they're worth.
Kobe rookies would be worth a pretty penny.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I have to imagine so. Yeah.
Especially his rookie year.
I would hold on to that. Yeah.
Put it in a little case.
I mean, you could probably get a lot for it now. I mean,
they're worth a ton. It's all dependent on what they get graded as. They got to get graded.
And what type they are.
Yeah.
But I'd also wait a couple more years because those are some rare things, especially if it's going well.
Yeah.
Reason, what's a Marino rookie card worth now?
I have no idea.
I have 100 of them. I've had them since I was.
Please,
card. Pass one this way.
I got a cool
I was 16 years old.
Are they autographed?
No.
Imagine you had 100 Dan Marino rookie cards, all autographed.
Here's what I have. I think I have about 60 left. When Marino broke the all-time touchdown record, it happened to be on my birthday in Indianapolis.
Like $60.
And
60
they
million.
were. So they. I went and I bought an entire box of programs before the game because I knew Marino would break the record, and so I turned around and I'm carting around this box after he broke the record, and they had sold out, and people were trying to buy the programs from me, and I wouldn't sell them. And I used to buy a whole bunch of collectible Dolphin art from a place called All American Collectibles down in Florida, like Walt Disney art, familiar, like Mickey Mouse's, Dan Marino and stuff like that, and all kinds of signed stuff and whatever. And so they did a promotion with me. I sold them some of the programs, and Marino signed them, and they did a real nice art piece and whatever. And I still have a whole box of the programs signed by him.
If you had them auto, they'd be worth like $500 a piece.
What's that?
If you had them auto, they'd be worth like $500 a piece.
Wow.
You basically need them to get graded, and you need to be dealing with like mint 9s and mint 10s to be seeing any kind of money. If it's not,
That's like perfect.
If it's
we
not,
got a model football. We got 2 up, 1 and 1. I don't know if you got that email.
Oh, man,
you hear me?
I didn't hear you. Go ahead. Say it again.
I got you a Waddle. I got you when I was down there. I got Waddle to sign 2 footballs.
Oh wow, that's big, bro.
Yeah, bro. So I got you a football, dog.
Oh man, that's nice.
That's huge.
That is
Reason,
very
you
nice.
sure you're looking up the same? It's a Merino
money.
84 tops.
Yeah. Like a Tua autograph Panini 2020 Prism right now is worth $920.
Wow.
Oh shit!
My uncle
Jesus
has
Christ.
a Dan Marino replica helmet. Keeps it in a glass case. He's not even a freaking Miami Dolphins fan. He's a Titans fan because he lives in Nashville.
I have a couple game worn
He
Merino helmets.
used to be a Dolphins fan, but then Marino left, and then the Titans had a team, so then he switched. So I understand because
The irony.
Yeah, I know. I told him too. I told my family up there. I was like, "Yo, Tannehill is your quarterback. He's going to beat out Mariota." And they're like so pissed at me. They're like, "No, it's not going to happen," because they were like Mariota lovers. And then it happened. I'm like, "I told you."
I said the same thing, bro. Like that was pretty clear. Mariota's time was done, and
it's just people didn't know what Tannehill was.
I pulled this Waddle yesterday.
Yeah,
that was nice. Looks like a sack.
Nice.
Oh,
right, and then the next pack.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Really?
Yeah, they're prestige. Because then here's the that's the base. That's the base Waddle, and then I pulled the
holographic.
Yeah,
that was sick as heck, dude. I love that background.
Bling bling.
The holographic one.
You'd be surprised how many people will watch videos of like people pulling cards.
Pokemon cards.
There's some guy who has
was?
Packers fan cards 87 or whatever. He has like 60,000 followers.
Yeah.
Bro, as soon as like a new box drops, they open it, right? And they got like like National Treasures is like a couple $1,000.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people that like watching people pulling cards. It's just so entertaining, man.
It's cool. I mean, for people who really
I like the reactions more. Not the cards,
that's what I
but
mean.
the reactions.
It's like the whole thing. That's the whole thing for me, though.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's super exciting
it's cool.
if you're into whatever your card choice is, it's like because it's such a genuine thing, such a genuine good feeling when you find one, especially if it's one you've been searching for a while, right? But like I Pokemon cards were the only thing I ever really got into when I was a kid. I just used to steal them a lot, so I always had tons of them.
Stole them?
Wow. Yeah, bro. Not that I'm necessarily proud of this, but when I was a kid, I used to be pretty good at stealing shit.
I never got that Charizard, man. I never got it.
Bro, that motherfucker's worth all kinds of money now.
I know.
Yeah. I wish I still had them because I had like 6 holographic Charizards, the original
Look
ones
at this.
back in the day.
CB83, because I watched people break to Logan. CB83, a LaMelo. His boy sold a LaMelo out of 50 for $28K.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Dude, LaMelo's stupid right now. The Herberts are like stupid right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Their auto is stupid money right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know cards was doing it like that. Like
yeah, it's got to be big time quarterbacks though.
Wait till after this season. That Tua card gonna be worth all kinds of money for you, Reason.
Yeah, but like the thing with Justin Herbert though, like he broke all those rookie records, right? And it just came out of nowhere. That's why it's a big deal. Like he already started his legacy, whether you like him or not. Like he started his legacy in the NFL right now. So
but if he has an average, which probably would be a good second year, they're gonna say he's no good. The media, not no good, but
maybe
they're gonna question him.
Yeah, the only
some of the things.
The only problem. Oh no, you're good. You're good. The only problem with having such a great rookie season is if you don't have if you don't have that kind of same success, not even necessarily the next year, but consistently after that, then you kind of set yourself up for failure on accident.
And he's
going through the struggle. He's got a new head coach, new playbook, new coaching staff. So it's a totally new offense. Yeah,
at least
they sat him. They got cocky and sat him all preseason. But yeah. All right, let's go through some final thoughts here, man. Let's start with Florida born. Go ahead, buddy.
Congratulations, Reason, man. I'm glad to see the success that you're getting. And fins up, man. I'm ready for week 1.
Appreciate it, homie. Logan, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Same thing. Congrats, dude. Happy that you're really going up there. And like, I wish that I knew you a little bit before. Like, I wish I was there from the beginning. I just didn't know. And, you know, my work life kind of got me into that. But I'm glad I'm here now. I'm glad you let me come up here, and I enjoy talking to everybody. I love talking Dolphins. I love everything Dolphins. Like, I rock a hat like 365, you know. But thanks for doing all this stuff, all this content on YouTube, man. Thanks for all your work. Hands up, man.
Bro, how long did that sweater take in the mail?
2 days.
Remember, I'm waiting for mine, and mine hasn't come yet. I bought this.
Or maybe it's 3 days. I don't know, man. It is, dude. I love it. Like NFL.com, and I think the brand is. That is nice. It says it right here, Mitchell and Ross.
Mitchell and Ness.
It's so soft.
You know what the problem is, bro? Honestly,
how much was it?
I can't. Same reason why I haven't bought a white jersey. I can't buy white with my kids right now at their current age.
Oh, I got a kid too. Like, this is gonna be. This is like, yeah. I got to make sure.
Yeah, like already drinking clear liquid. I used to wear my jerseys all the time, and now I only wear them for game day when I know I'll be down away from all of them. Right?
Can I give you guys a quick life hack? Can I give you guys a quick life hack with the jerseys in white? Scotch guard them. I'm serious.
What's that?
Scotch guard them. Scotch guard it's just like it's just a brand of a starch that they use. It's completely waterproof, stain proof, all that. It's called Scotch Guard.
Yeah. Okay. Does it work on t-shirts
I'm
too?
dead serious. I use it all the time on my polos.
Because I want my Waddler, my Holland to be the white throwback.
Yeah, not to interrupt final thoughts, but where do you guys get your jerseys?
NFL
shop.
Okay.
NFL
Only because
I like the authentic. I know there's a lot of replicas, but I don't
no
mind
selling Chinese jerseys on this channel.
Like, I like the authentic
too.
Man.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's so funny because
you guys, it's Scotch Guard. I swear to God, it's the shit.
I haven't bought a white throwback jersey, but I'm waiting on like the player.
That's my Tua one. My Tua is a white throwback.
Yeah, that's nuts. I
got the aqua, but I wasn't sure about him. That was the very first rookie jersey I've ever bought in my life, but I was so excited.
Bro, I bought a Deion Jordan jersey when he was a rookie.
Oh, no, you didn't. Hopefully my rookie buy turns out way better than your rookie buy.
I felt bad. I felt kind of bad for getting a No-Sean Moreno jersey for that 1 year he was with us. Now I don't feel bad anymore.
Man, it happens. I thought No-Sean Moreno was going to be a beast, man.
He had a moment.
He was so he ran with so much anger, man. That was sad when he got injured.
Yeah,
felt so bad.
I know.
All right. So continuing up, Fins for life. Your final thoughts.
I came in late. Did you hit 5,000?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Ohio State just scored.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I like to be. I appreciate you having me on. This is the best channel that I know, counting the beat writers and everything. If I hear something from Reason, I know it is what it is. So just congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing, and let's go Fins up.
Healer, your final thoughts, bro. I appreciate that, Fins for life.
All right, man. Well, I want to say it as well. Congrats, Freezing on 5K, man. I really do appreciate it. And you deserve it. You deserve every single subscriber that you got. And I'm glad to always talk about Dolphins. It's really nice, man. I'm really excited for week 1. I'm really excited to see Tua finally, hopefully take command of this offense and really, show what he's made of. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen, man. I'm ready. Fins up.
Dylan, your final thoughts.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me as usual. I very much appreciate it. Congratulations again. It's huge, 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 and obviously lots more success to come. Yeah, and week 1 is 10 days away, boys and girls. So let's get ready. Fins up, and let's go get a W.
Todd, your final thoughts.
Congratulations, Reason, on 5,000. I'm proud to be one of the 5,000. I wish I found you sooner.
Same.
And I'm actually giddy over next weekend. It's
Are you a schoolgirl?
Yeah, it's crazy. It makes me feel like a little kid again because I just know that we are gonna. People just don't even know what our offense is gonna look like.
Christmas morning.
It really is, and we're going to open up and a lead on them so quickly offensively that we're going to neutralize their run game. I expect 14 first quarter points. Our offense is just going to be firing on all cylinders from the start, and it's going to be like that all year. We might be a top 3 offense in the NFL this year. We'll approach averaging 30 points a game.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's a bold prediction.
Wow.
Hey, let's see it, bro. Let's see it.
MVP.
Damn.
CT.
The belief is real with Todd. Chris, go ahead, bro.
I appreciate it as always, Reason. Thank you very much. All the work you do, it's paying off. Congratulations on 5,000. It was knowledgeable, accurate source for Dolphins news. I love it. And overall, I'm super excited for the beginning of the season. We continue to argue about all the ins and outs. We're going to see what's on the field, and then we can really start getting into the X's and O's and all that. Fins up, and also Reason, USA is going to kick crap out of Canada in our World Cup qualifier on Sunday. Fins up.
I'm at Success Crossroad because I'm a Chelsea fan and Christian Pulisic plays for you guys. So
I hope so too, but I'm a soccer freak, so
yeah,
I can't wait for Sunday.
Irving, go ahead. Your final thoughts, dude.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, it was muted.
Jeopardy
Nah,
music.
man,
Wow.
congrats on the 5,000 subscribers. Reason, first time I ever heard of this channel was when you and Ball Game were doing a Tua, breakdown of Tua's dropbacks against Kansas City. So I'm just amazed at how much this channel has grown, how many connections you've developed with the local media in Miami and within the Dolphins organization. You've done a great job. I appreciate all the content, all the inside information, all the football breakdowns. I wish I was a day one, but hey, I'm glad to have found this channel. We can talk football,
Better late than never.
Love Dolphins, So, yeah, man, can't wait for that week 1 game against the Patriots. Just got to stop the run, and we need to run the ball effectively against this team. And then when we catch them loading the box, just attack the intermediate and maybe deep. So can't wait, man. Can't wait for the opening game. So fins up.
Yep. All right, guys. So I'll be back Monday night, and then I'll be back Tuesday, and then we'll be back Friday. So that's what's scheduled, and then obviously Sunday next week too. So that's what is on the slate. Now, if something happens or a show idea pops up, I'll be back then. But expect to see me Monday. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. And it's Fins Up all day, every day.
Fins up.
Smash the like button.